Yeah, I'm doing it right now. Hold on.
I heard he's ready to knock out all 4.
See, now all my guys are 3/4.
So it is.
Okay. This is a huge game.
Huge. But you heard what I said?
What?
He said that he was ready to knock out all 4.
Yeah, I don't know if I can do that. I have kids. You know, like, of course I'll do my best, but make sure you communicate that to him. We just talked face to face and it was not good.
I wouldn't expect it to be good.
Hold on, let me
Send it in the group chat.
let me post it first. Hold on. You see what I'm calling it?
I can't wait to see it.
I'm sending you a personal link.
Okay.
And mind you, I haven't been playing.
Truth Game Universe.
Huh?
Truth Game Universe.
Absolutely.
Do you want me to start writing more rules and stuff, or you want to wait for you?
Just wait. Enjoy the game. I gotta go. Love you. Bye. All right, it's time to get back into this. This game has super big implications. Very personal game. Do not like the Marlins whatsoever. Let's go. All right, here we go. Cincinnati Reds, after a extremely long layoff due to some excruciating circumstances, are now ready to get back. And Manager Talavera has been very unprofessional. And we're about to set things right. As the old saying goes, you can run, but you cannot hide. I know where you live. I know where you work. I know where you play baseball. Whatever you call what you do here. This will be my stomping grounds for all the waiting around that the Cincinnati Reds have had to do due to some Bush League tactics employed by Manager Talavera. I'm putting a lot of it square on the shoulders of Corey Kluber. As a ball club, we're going to take our time. We're going to enjoy this. We're going to remember this. We're going to talk about the time the Reds came back up to bat and what they did to those guys. It's a shame. It's a shame what just happened between these two clubs. But the day is here. The moment is here. The time is now. Go Reds!
And now, your your 2017 Miami Marlins.
I'm ready for all your tactics in this game. Let's go.
Leading off tonight for Cincinnati, second baseman, Dee Gordon. Oh, that's outside.
Leave that junk right there.
Aye.
So Dee Gordon swings and misses here for 1 ball and 2 strikes. A lot riding on this game. A lot of bad blood between these two clubs. And outside for a curveball. So we're going to try to keep it baseball today, but I mean, it's just like, it's the pink elephant in the room, right? Like, there's no way you cannot talk about what's happened, so. And Dee Gordon into left field for a base hit. And it's just a beautiful feeling to get that first base hit out of the way here in the first with the first actual
batting second here tonight,
batter.
the left fielder, number 11, Justin Upton.
So, yeah, Justin Upton coming up to bat. Man on first. You can tell Talavera will be watching Dee Gordon closely. Inside. And goes into second for absolutely no reason. And once more, just trying to remind us that the catcher can throw to second. Oh, and Upton not making that look good. Swings badly at a slider. Doesn't look like Gordon wants to go. And Justin Upton to the right side. This is a great play by the second baseman. Not able to turn 2, but just an overall great display of athleticism for the first out. J.D. Martinez now up to bat. Oh, and he fouls off a pitch he shouldn't have had anything to do with. So J.D. leading the leagues in double plays. And an inside ball. Fans are not happy about that. Neither is Ohtani. 1 ball and 1 strike. So we're deciding to keep it baseball today here on the broadcast. Try and be as classy as we can be, even though what actually took place between these two ball clubs is just frightening. I think probably allow for the feeling and emotion of the game, maybe to bring it about. But for now, we're happy to come to you from sunny South Florida. And the pitch is foul back for a full count. Ohtani. He's got Gordon on second. J.D. Martinez on a full count. Checks the runner. Gordon leading the league in stolen bases. And it looks like manager Talavera needs to take some time away from the game. So this may in fact give us an opportunity to just shed some light on just why this game has so much behind it. Absolutely heated moments right before the game between the ball clubs. I understand an agreement has been made between all parties concerned. Those details are being hashed out. But I think at the heart of it, we're talking about competitive gameplay. Making sure that one is available. And there you go. Another tactic shown by Mr. Talavera. Let me just put a long pause between. And this is the kind of Bush League stuff that we can expect from Talavera. But the Reds are determined to punch him in the mouth as often as possible and persevere What is elementary school behavior? And go ahead and pause that. Filet mignon is our response to that. Go ahead and pause that, because there's some things that you won't be able to pause.
Batting fifth.
So the Reds take an early 1-0 lead. And a base hit? No, caught. Line drive. Nice play by Marwin. And the Marlins get out. But not before giving up a run to the Cincinnati Reds. I think a lot of talk will be had, perhaps around the water cooler, about that long pause at a full count to JD. Just one more reason, again, to suspect something fishy from the Florida Marlins. Corey Kluber, 1 ball, no strike. And a fly ball to the player the Marlins got rid of, Guerrero, out number 1.
Batting second, the shortstop, Francisco Lindor.
So, as we know, the Marlins actually, it's actually the 5th time in a row that they're facing the Reds. They actually went ahead and manager Talavera played the Reds when the Reds were temporarily a CPU team. Amazing, he got 4 games out of the way so quickly. Usually it's a challenge to even try and get a hold of Mr. Talavera, but as he gets a hold of one, a deep one, this is going back. This has a chance, and it is out of here. And just like that, the Marlins say, shut the hell up. Pay attention to this game. As Baez just goes to opposite field, and it looks like the Reds will be doing just that. Shutting the fuck up. And to show sportsmanship, I shall let the replay play out.
Batting fourth, left fielder, Juan Soto. Oh, that's kicked out.
And strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. And Baez took care of all that conversation, just threw it over the outfield wall. And the Reds are just that kind of club that absolutely hate to play from behind. And it quite actually might have a lot to do with the Reds not having an overall great record. They're not comfortable from behind, and their pitching is just not that dominant. So,
Arenado.
2 outs here in the first inning. Arenado, also a former Red. The Reds really enjoy having success against him, especially since it did not work out between them. So the Fish strike back here in the bottom of the first. A 2-run shot by Baez takes care of that lead and that feeling that the Florida Marlins initially had, going up 1-0 in the first. Then at the end of 1, it's Florida Marlins 2, Reds 1 off this monster shot from Baez. Now up,
Leading off for the Reds,
Peter Alonso.
Peter Alfonso.
Takes the sinker for strike. Actually, strike 1. And a curveball just absolutely froze him for strike 2. And a foul ball, fly ball to right field, played in nicely by Alvarez for out number 1.
Center fielder, Eddie Rosario.
that's out.
Gets a hold of one, but this is definitely playable for the left fielder. No problem for out number 2.
Batting 8.
Juan Soto.
Francisco Cervelli.
So it looks like the Reds have definitely
No ball, 2 strikes.
stopped talking. That's for sure. Well, Cervelli gets a hold of one, but foul to the left-hand side. Inside, not even close. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And a ground ball to third base for out number 3. So the Marlins get through their half of the second without giving up any hits or runs. And now up Yordan Alvarez.
Leading off for the Marlins, right fielder Jordan Alvarez.
And it's strike 1. Now the Reds did come back in every game that they won, as they swept the Marlins in about 3 months ago when they played them just 2 series ago. And I know I was talking to a couple of the guys, and the Reds are thrilled to be back. A real possibility they weren't coming back. It's just some really ugly stuff going on. But I'm glad to see they got it worked out as D. Gordon takes a ground ball for out number 2.
Batting 7th, first baseman.
Oh, out number 1. I'm sorry about that.
Gonzalez.
Marlon Gonzalez, also a former Red. And this is a foul ball to the left side. Could have been trouble. No ball and 1 strike. Balls and 2 strikes. And an inside cutter. Not taken. And a strike 3. Really got out in front of him on that one. And Kluber seems to be settling down nicely after giving up that 2-run shot. And, Kluber, type of pitcher, he'll tell you, yeah, it's not a good feeling, it's not a good thing, but it doesn't need to ruin the rest of your day. And it's definitely a different battle cry than when he first came out of college. But I feel like the majors will do that to you. Take a pitcher and mold it into a crafty veteran, which Kluber has been able to sustain here for the better part of the last decade. And a high slider, fooling him just a bit. And a sinker. Kelly thought about it, but in any case, it's a strikeout for out number 3. And now up Corey Kluber had a lot of success against Marlins pitcher over in Cincinnati not too long ago. Swings and a miss there on a sinker. It was a much friendlier affair between these two. A slider outside, absolutely wondering why he's not getting those calls. No balls and 2 strikes. And a sinker low. Left alone by Kluber for ball 1. And a swing and a miss on a curveball. Had no shot really ever to get around on that one as Kluber takes a seat for out number 1.
The batter, number 9, second baseman, D.
And Gordon's really been a pain for Marlins pitching here as of late. Takes first pitch for a strike. And a swing and a miss. Totally blew that past him. No balls and 2 strikes. And fouls it away. 1 out here in the 3rd. And that's a hell of a pitch to take. But Gordon, again, one among the league leaders. And absolutely no idea what he's doing here. And Gordon gets a hold of one. This is going to drop. Oh, and it's actually misplayed by the center fielder with Gordon's speed. It's an easy double, so that's a really good way to answer back
The left fielder, number 11.
for the D. Gordon and the Reds. It's going to be up to Upton. Takes a ball, 4-seamer down low for ball number 1. Already with 27 doubles for D. Gordon. And a curveball could have been called either way, but Belusi did have the strike, so evens the count at 101. And an inside splitter. Nowhere close, really. 2 balls and 1 strike. And Upton fouls one off to the right side, but foul. Upton gets a hold of one, but just not the right time. Easy fly ball for Marwin for out number 2. So once more, J.D. Martinez with an opportunity, man on second. And he chops one to third base. Going to be a tough play for Arenado, but he'll make the tough look routine as he throws out JD for out number 3. A little bit of a stare down for Arenado down. I don't know if to JD himself or the Reds, but I'll have to keep an eye on that.
Number 76.
So Ohtani, known to have plenty of power in that bat. Fouls one back for strike 1. And fouls back another one for strike number 2. Kluber with the pitch. And absolutely works him on the inside, and Ohtani a little bit embarrassed after that one. Next up is Ian Not Happening,
Center fielder, Ian,
also known as Ian Happ. And this should be an easy play for D. Gordon. 2 outs.
now batting, shortstop, Francisco Lindor.
Marlins are currently on a 6-game losing streak. Just try to run away from the streak as much as possible, but like they say, sooner or later, you've got to pay the piper. Got 4 here against the Reds as we're making our way ever so closer to the postseason soon coming up. And Kluber and Cervelli definitely sending the message that we are watching you over at first. And Guerrero with the throw to first for out number 3. So after 3, it's 2-1 Marlins. Vladimir Guerrero looking to get something rolling. But
For Cincinnati,
you know, by and large,
Vladimir
Reds are just ecstatic to be back. Takes the first pitch for a sinker. And while we're on the topic of, coming back, it's time to talk about that big ugly structure in the outfield for the Florida Marlins. It's been voted among some of the worst decor in all of sports globally. I think it's ranked number 4 as just an eyesore and, what exactly is it type of category. Wow, and a curveball. Beautifully painted, so Ohtani looks like he is getting ready to go on a run here.
Shortstop, Trey Turner.
And Turner gets one, but snagged right out of the air by Arenado
Now batting.
for the out. So here we go really quickly here. 2 outs for the Reds in the bottom of the 4th. Inside fastball, easy to take. 1 ball, no strike. And a swing and a miss behind by a lot is Alonso for a 1 ball, 1 strike. And cannot hold his swing. And that's one of the knocks on Alonso, is not able to check the ball very well. So that's another strike. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And inside, Ohtani really working those corners. And Alonso rips it into left field, right past a diving Arenado. Looks like he's going to have a really well-played ball by Juan Soto in left field, hold him to a single, but just a roaring rip. Usually Arenado can just catch anything going that way, but not in that case. And an outside sinker. The Reds showing pretty good discipline, forcing Ohtani into 55 pitches here in the 4th. And an inside sinker. Rosario taking his time. And this is a well-hit ball into the gap. This is trouble. It's caught by the center fielder, Ian Happ. Very good way to avoid any damage there, and the Marlins hold on to a 2-1 lead. Soto takes an inside sinker for strike number 1. And easy. And mishandled by D. Gordon. It's going to cost them. A rare error by D. Gordon. And we have
Nolan Arenado.
Man on first, no outs.
D-Rod. One ball, 2 strikes.
Now, deep shot right to Rosario, should be an easy out, and it is. So, a ball that had the distance just to the wrong spot as goes Arenado for out number 1.
Fielder, Jordan Alvarez.
And Alvarez swings away at this cutter, but fouls it back for strike number 1. And a late swing to not a overwhelmingly overpowering fastball, 95 on the gun, but no balls and 2 strikes. And Soto calling up Kluber's card there. And this has trouble written all over it. I don't think he's going to get to it. Will they force it at the third base? He might go home. And a double has the Marlins here looking good with only one out.
Gonzalez.
So probably just what the doctor ordered there. A quick line drive.
The batter,
2 outs.
Carson. Kelly.
And with Ohtani on base, they're going to have to pitch to Kelly. And pitch him well to the outside like you just saw Kluber throw that cutter. And fouls another one off. No balls and 2 strikes. 2-1 ball game. And a strike 3 gets the Reds out of any further trouble here, as the Marlins take the 2-1 lead into the top of the 5th.
Leading out for Cincinnati, catcher Francisco Cervelli.
Inside for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Man, Cervelli thought of that one, but 1 ball, 1 strike. And this is a slow grounder up the middle. Should be no problem for Lindor. Quick, easy number 1. Out number 1 here.
The pitcher, number 31,
Corey Kluber takes an inside fastball for strike 1. And gets a hold of a sinker just a little bit behind her for strike 2. And a good cut, curveball, foul back. And Kluber gets a base hit into right field. And Corey Kluber had the Marlins number the first time they saw each other in Cincinnati. So that's got to feel good.
Number 9.
Helping his own cause. And with D. Gordon coming up to bat, be a potentially great outside sinker. Strike 1. And Gordon gets a hold of one. They will try to go for 2, but with Gordon's speed, it's usually not the case. So 2 outs here.
The left fielder, number 11, Justin Upton.
No, that's down.
Well, he's off of that one. Gordon takes off. A swing and a miss by Upton. The throw is not on time. So 1-1 count. Ohtani already showing signs of getting tired. Throws a fastball, 98, but up high. 2 balls and 1 strike. And Upton gets a hold of one, and for the second time, looks like D. Gordon is going to get caught up, but he scores, but the ball game is tied. Upton just a little too eager around the corners, got held up between first and second, but the Reds answer back. It's now a tie ball game, 2 balls, 2 runs apiece. And Upton has just been an RBI machine ever since being offered to Cincinnati by the computer a few months ago. Had a little bit of a slump going, but it looks to be working out of that one nicely.
Nope. Outside.
And this might be trouble here. And it is, folks. Ohtani takes Kluber for a home run And we got to figure out what this is, what that means. But what it means for the Marlins is a 3-2 lead here. It's never a good thing for Kluber. Your club comes back, ties the game for you, and you give up a leadoff homer to the opponents. Only the third home run for Ohtani, but came at a pretty clutch time here as Ian Happ steps up to bat.
Ian Happ.
Happ fouls it off to the left side. Marlins fans, it's a very rare thing to see them actually on their feet. And this could be take a good throw by D. Gordon, but it's just not happening here.
Shortstop, Francisco Lindor.
Lindor with an opportunity. Kluber has been very efficient with his pitch count today. Only 55 through 5 at Cutter, foul back for strike number 2. Now keep an eye on the runner here. And this is caught, thrown to second just in case by Guerrero, but he clearly caught that. And we have one out. So Baez, who hit a 2-run homer in the first inning, now up to bat, gets a hold of a hanging curveball, but this one's popped up to center field. Easy play for Rosario for out number 2. So as we get to the later innings, it's just a very bookmark type of series between these two ball clubs. Goes to show you how a lot of times, as much as they say it won't happen, the outside of the ball club, of the ballpark type stuff can affect what happens inside the diamond. We'll see how that plays out right now. Of course, both clubs previous champions in this league, so a lot of pride coming into question when these two guys come up, no matter what. So the Marlins answer back with a home run by Ohtani and retake the lead here. And as we get into the top of the 6th inning, it looks like we're going to have J.D. Martinez coming up, and he'll be facing Adam Warren out of the bullpen.
Martinez.
That's an inside ball. Looked like a strike. Martinez is not going to complain about that. Another ball inside. Taken for another ball. 2 balls, no strikes. And Martinez gets a hold of a changeup but fouls it back. 2 balls and 1 strike. And this is a shot into the gap. This is good news for the Reds as JD gets a leadoff stand-up double to get things started. And JD does so much better without somebody on first. It just needs to be said. He just doesn't even have to be no one on first. As long as... And Guerrero gets a hold of one, but this should be no problem for Soto. And we have out number 1. But just, he says someone on first, he's just thinking no double play. And what happens? You know, exactly what you have in your mind. But he says he can't help it. Guy on second, different story. No one on, different story. And outside, a very generous call there for strike 1 for Trey Turner. And Turner grounds to second base. This will move the base runner to third, but also give the Reds 2 outs. And here's Pete Alonso having a lot of trouble here today. Oh, was a little bit behind on that one. And swings a little too hard on that one. And a swing and a miss. And Alonso once again chokes hard on the moment and in the game for the Cincinnati Reds. Next up is Nolan Arenado. Trying to see if he can find some success here against Corey Kluber. And an inside cutter. Control could be getting away from Corey Kluber here in the bottom of the sixth. And a change-up left alone. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Ball 3.
And looking probably for the walk. Arenado's really got to look for something, execute. And he grounds out to the shortstop for the out.
Now batting, right fielder, Jordan.
1 out here.
Alvarez.
Fouls it to the right side. Kluber with the pitch. And D. Gordon tries to get to that, but just beyond his reach.
First baseman.
And I was just going to say, it looked like when is the Reds going to start warming up their bullpen, and they started right now. And a base hit into right field has the Marlins in business once more. I think they may have figured out Kluber. I'm surprised he's still in here. And a fly ball. It's like they're going to test the arm. The ball comes into third, and they get him out of third. The Marlins giving away outs here. This could be a big factor here as we get into the later innings. And the next up to bat is Rosario. So how many times have we seen it? Great play by the outfielder. First up to bat, next inning. Good things are sure to happen.
For the Reds, center fielder, Eddie Rosario.
And not going to happen this time, as Rosario just swung away at the first thing he saw, and the result is an out to Nolan Arenado on third base.
Catcher, Francisco Cervelli.
And this is a blooper into center field. And Happ able to come in easily.
Kluber. Your attention, please.
And Albert Pujols
Shooting for Cincinnati.
coming in here.
Albert Pujols.
And a changeup left alone by Albert. Definitely would prefer something with a little more speed. And another changeup. This time, thought a little bit more about it. And fouls off another one for a 1 ball and 2 strikes. And another slider fouled back. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And this one gets right up the middle. Tough play for Lindor, but Albert with his handicapped feet, no problem. Get out of the inning.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for the Reds.
Hey.
Number 48. Bench hitting for the Marlins. Number 21.
So this is biggest inning as any. As big an inning as any.
1-0.
As Marlins facing Javi Lopez. And a shot to second base. D. Gordon plays it right to the spot for out number 1. I have a feeling if
Ian Happ.
the Reds can get past this inning without giving up any trouble here, I have a good feeling about them coming to the top of their lineup again. The Reds are one of the better ball clubs that coming back would not like to be in that situation when you talk to them across the board, but at the same time they really believe in team identity, and if that's who they are, might be a little bit of a cardiac experience, but you know they're true ball players in that they own who they really are, outside of who they would like to be or what some clubs would aspire to be like. The Reds, they have absolutely no misgivings about who they know they are. And a ball in the dirt swung at for out number 2. This game just moving on along. Plenty of action in the beginning, and it's since been a very defensive ball game. Lindor looks like he thought about that one, but let it go for ball 1. And another foul back changeup. And a play right to Trey Turner. One speedster to another. And Turner wins that one for out number 3. After 7, it's Miami 3, Cincinnati 2. Top of the lineup for the Reds coming up.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for the Marlins.
Justin Wilson coming in for the Marlins.
Number 38.
Going up against D. Gordon, 2 for 3 on the day. Inside for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. And Gordon pops one up. Easy out for Arenado. That's a huge out. That's a huge out for the Marlins here in the 8th inning.
Upton.
Outside for a ball. And swung just because he knew it was coming. Cutter 2 balls and 1 strike. It's another one for 3 balls and 1 strike. And hits this one right to Lindor. Lindor with a nice throw to first for out number 2. So just like that,
Now batting.
the Reds down to their final 4 outs. I think
Your attention, please.
we're going to see a little bit of Zach Davies
For the
here.
Marlins, Number 27, Zach Davies.
And a check swing there, but not able to hold back. Oh, wow, and this might not be a good matchup. And this is ripped to the left side. I doubt you'll see another changeup by Zach Davies, but you never know. This is a high curveball, left alone. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And this is lined up the middle. Lindor, no problem, going to his left for the 3rd out. And midway through the 8th, it's still 3-2 Marlins. Looking very comfortable.
Leading off for the Marlins, second baseman, Javier.
As they try and win a very big statement game. Easy play for Neville. Throws the first for out number 1.
Now batting, left fielder, Juan Soto.
And Soto with a pop-up to D. Gordon for out number 2. So what you're going to have here coming up,
Third baseman,
we're not going to overlook
Nolan
Arenado, but at the same time we are, because he's just terrible. You're going to have an opportunity for late game heroics, of which the Reds truly relish the opportunity to do so. It's going to be up to manager Talavera to close the deal for the Florida Marlins.
Leading off for the Reds,
Looks like there might be a change made. I don't think Zach Davies is going to come back here.
third baseman,
And nope, Edwin Diaz
Guerrero. Your
gave up
attention,
a
now pitching
couple of
for
walk-off wins to the Reds up in Cincinnati.
Edwin
Looks like Talavera does not care. And let's see what we have going here. And an inside for a fastball. And this is swung out to the left side.
Count is 1 and 2.
Holds back. And Guerrero gets a hold of one, folks. This one's trouble. Overplayed by the right fielder, and a leadoff double has to send absolute shivers down manager Talavera's spine. It's exactly the situation he did not want to be in.
Ray Turner.
This is a bit of a blooper. Could be playable. But caught by the center fielder, Ian Happ. So we got 1 out. So a breath of hope going both ways here. And we might have a little bit of,
Alfonso.
we have a surprise substitution. What? The Reds are going with Logan Morrison.
Bench hitting for the Reds, number 99,
This is saying something here, folks. Takes first pitch changeup, able to lay off of it. Oh, and Morrison gets a hold of one, but foul. Fouls it off. Oh, and another strike two. And this is a deep shot. This has a chance, folks. This is a deep shot to center field, and Logan, oh my gosh. How beautiful is that? A deep shot. A deep shot to center field, and Morrison gives the Reds another lead here and more life. And I cannot believe we are seeing a repeat once again in the Marlins bullpen. Another blown save to the same team, and Diaz is getting tired. And this one's ripped to the right side. Marwin has a hell of a chance, and I cannot believe this, folks, that what I'm telling you right now. The Reds again take the lead. This time in the bottom of the ninth, in the top of the ninth. Absolutely. The Marlins are still going to get a chance. But what a timely substitution made by manager Salas. As he pinch hit. And he pinch hit Alonso. Not a lot of managers would do that. And a scorched ground ball. This is going to be interesting to see what happens now. Into left field for a base hit for Cervelli. Brings up D. Gordon.
The pitcher, number 46.
The inning goes on. So Nebo is going to get out of there. And we're going to see Aaron Hicks come to bat.
Number 33, Aaron Hicks.
2 balls, no strikes.
And this just absolutely quieted the streets of Miami. I mean, they had it in the bag. At least they thought they did. And here's another base hit into the gap. It looks like trouble. They might have a play at second, but I don't know what happened there. The Florida Marlin outfield was just not tuned into what was happening. Easily could have been another scored run there.
Baseman, D. Gordon. Your attention, please.
D. Gordon now coming up to bat.
Number 15, Sean Burnett.
And it pokes it to short. Lindor, where they throw to first, going to have to hurry, and does get him out. But the Reds, on a monster 2-run shot by Logan Morrison, absolutely the difference in the ball game.
Logan Morrison. Your attention, please.
So Brad Hand coming in for the save. Also looks like we're going to have another substitution with Justin Upton coming out in favor for
Number 25,
Jason Hayward. And this is a foul ball, not playable, to the left side. And it just seems like this game is far from over. It just has one of those matchups that is just, you never know until the last out. Oh, and an unbelievable curveball just rides down the strike zone there for out number 1.
Now batting, first baseman, Marwin.
It'll be up to Marwin Gonzalez, see if he can get something going against his former club. And he hits one to short. Trey Turner there, plenty of time. And just like that, we are 1 out away
Now batting.
from a Cincinnati victory.
Catcher, your attention, please. Bench hitting for the Marlins, number 44.
So perhaps it's Crone's turn to play at the hero because he's pinch hitting here.
D-Rod.
Not able to get on that one for strike one. And it's just, an absolute thing that we were talking about. How the ninth was just absolutely set up for Cincinnati, what kind of ball club they are. Oh, and folks, we have a shot into left field. Hold on. Put the keys away. This game is not over. The Marlins, a clutch substitution of their own as C.J. Cron homers rather quickly to left field and hand accredited now with the blown save. It could all be over here in this inning as the Marlins gave up another base hit. And wow, this is would be one hell of a turn of events. 2 outs, 1 out away from it. And strike a curveball. This is the kind of game you expected, you could say. So much on the line. And this is should be an easy play for the center fielder. And it is. And just when you thought it was over, it's never over between these two clubs as the Marlins and the Reds both score at critical times in the ninth for a deadlock now here at 4-4. So definitely the Reds making sure that they're seeing that. Is that C.J. Cron catcher? And Will Smith comes in because they're very important parts of the ballgame, folks. And so both bullpens here getting a piece of their own medicine. And Jason Hayward grounds out to second base. Really, the Marlins have to be just pressing to get these out.
Up next for Cincinnati, right fielder J.D. Martinez.
And J.D., easy ground ball to Arenado. And we have 2 quick outs here in the top of the 10th. It's going to be up to Vladimir Guerrero. He takes a sinker for ball 1. He's got the swing power ability to just change the dynamics of this game. And he does his best there, but fouls back a sinker for a 1-1 strike count. And he also grounds out crisply to Lindor. And Marlins got kind of looking them like they got to make it happen. If it's going to happen, it's got to happen now.
Leading off for the Marlins, the shortstop, Francisco Lindor.
So,
second baseman, number 9, Javier Baez.
Baez having a good game.
Count 1-0.
Got a lot of lift on that one, but fouled back to the left side. 1 ball, 1 strike. And a fly ball to right field. JD camped under it. No problem. Out number 2.
Now batting, left fielder, Juan Soto.
Juan Soto now up to bat. He's also got big play capabilities. And a foul ball to the left side. This should be an easy play for Hayward. And it is. And we have more innings of free baseball.
Leading off for the Reds, shortstop, Trey Turner.
And this is a foul ball to the right side. Plenty of time for out number 1.
Now batting, the first baseman, Logan Morrison.
Logan Morrison hit a 2-run blast to give Cincinnati the lead.
Ball. Count 1-0.
Doesn't touch that one. Oh, and strike 3 on the slider.
Up next for
That's going to
Cincinnati,
bring up
center
Rosario.
fielder, Eddie Rosario.
He takes a low 4-seamer for ball number 1. And Rosario gets a hold of one. This could be trouble, but no, it's caught by Ian Happ for out number 3. So here we are on the bottom of the 11th.
Leading off for the Marlins,
Looking for a hero too.
baseman, Nolan Arenado.
Arenado gets on base.
Now batting, right fielder, Jordan Alvarez.
And this is a deep shot to left field. This could be it. And the Marlins are threatening here with the runners on the bases.
First baseman, number 10. Your attention, please. Now pitch.
Sebastian erased all my apps on the phone. So mad.
No outs, folks. Ah, man.
For the Reds, number 41, Jake Diekman.
That's in. Ball 2. Count 3-0. Nope. Ball 4.
Now batting, catcher, Will Smith.
D-Rock.
Yes! And the Reds pull off an amazing triple play to get out of the 11th, folks. Could it be destiny? Could it be destiny, folks? Did you just see what I just saw? The Reds with an amazing triple play
Your attention, please.
to stick with destiny. Unbelievable, folks. Never say never. Never say never. Universe. And you guys know exactly who I'm talking to when I say that.
Billy Hamilton. This change for the Marlins.
This is an unbelievable
Third base.
development as Cervelli
Scott
gets a base hit into left field, folks. I don't think we've ever seen that. Bases loaded, no outs. Triple play caught by
the pitcher, number 41.
J.D. Martinez.
Diekman.
Is an absolute amazing development what we just saw happen. And the Reds are out of role players, so Diekman's going to have to take his at-bat here. And he's not going to get on base, but I'll tell you what he won't do is he won't get into a double play, which is really what you're looking out for in that situation.
Now batting,
D. Gordon now with the bat.
G. Gordon.
And this could be a double play, but usually, again, with Gordon's speed, it's not really ever a possibility.
The left fielder, number 25, Jason Hayward.
Ball one.
He takes a ball one. And Gordon's off. He's going to have to take a good throw, but it's not there in time. A very timely steal. And this is looped into left field. This could score Gordon. And this is why speed matters. And it's an absolute beautiful call by the manager to send Gordon on that pitch. And the Cincinnati Reds overtake the lead 5-4. This is usually where Talavera is at his most vulnerable, as he is still really thinking about that last play. And as a result, you get another... Oh, no, this is a beautifully played ball by the infielder. You almost saw it go into the outfield. But the Marlins give up a run. And now it's going to be up to manager Talavera to do some switching around. Surprised to see Diekman still out there. But they obviously they like what they have with him, so they're going to go with him. And a foul ball to the right side. This has been an epic game. You can tell both managers are just, they're playing with a little bit more on the line than may be apparent. And outside fastball, that's outside for a ball. We got a full count here. And this is nicked ever so softly to the left side. Oh, and this could be trouble. And it's a base hit into center field. I think this might be all you see out of Diekman for today. Sort of not all there.
Ian Happ.
So coming out of the bullpen now, you have
number 83.
Number 83. Didn't like anything about that whole situation right there. So happy and a switch hitter, goes to the other side, takes an inside curveball. Could have done a lot with that, but takes it for strike one. And a low two-seamer Fool's Hap. And an inside curveball hung around the strike zone for a while. Very hard pitch to lay off. And a strike 3. Throw it right by him for out number 1. And we got Lindor up to bat next.
Francisco Lindor.
And he takes a curveball to the outside for a ball. This could be trouble, but it's swung back for strike 2, or 1 ball, 1 strike. This is also possibly not a good look for Cincinnati, but it works in their favor in that case. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And this is going to take a good play by the pitcher to get Lindor. He's got some wheels. He's able to get him for the second out. So the Reds, once again, 1 out away. This game has had a little bit of everything, so who better than to have Baez, who already responsible for a 2-run shot, would love to do the same here. And he takes Turner to the left, but Turner able to throw it, and the Cincinnati Reds win a very, very competitive Game 1 between the Reds and the Marlins. And the Reds are just absolutely elated. It wasn't easy. This win was, first game they've played in well over 8-9 days, as they claim to be frozen out by the Marlins, and here they get to come back and definitely win it in style, in overtime, in extra innings. The Marlins looking dejected, but maybe there was something to what was said on the full count recap. Maybe the Marlins aren't that good. In any case, hats off to the Reds. D. Gordon, as he's our player of the game, 2 for 6 with a double. Logan Morrison definitely has to be up there as a hero of the game. His 2-run shot in the 9th, giving the Reds some more life. Jake Dykman takes the lead, and he takes the win with his 1 inning of pitch and no runs allowed. Tony Santillan for the save. On the losing side, manager Talavera lost this ball game. Thank you very much, and we'll join you next time for some Reds baseball.
To please drive home safely.